Hey, who's got 2 thumbs and a case of COVID? This guy. Stop. This household has an active case of COVID. Please do not enter unless authorized. Sorry for any inconvenience. Spent 2 weeks out of school. Haven't been able to do a whole lot. Certainly haven't felt like doing a whole lot. But I think I'm on the mend. So, let's get after another video. Started this series a few weeks ago, looking at the best high school mascots across the country. Not the teams themselves, not the greatest high school dynasties, just the schools and their mascots. Start on the West Coast, move to the mountain region, the Great Plains, the Big 12 footprint, the Great Lakes, the B1G footprint. If you haven't done it yet, you're certainly welcome to go back through the series. This time, though, let's go down south. What are the best high school mascots in the SEC footprint? Let's find out. Let's go rogue. This is the Old South, the Confederacy. Robert E. Lee, in spite of being the loser, still has a bunch of high schools named after him, and they're usually the Generals. In a few other places, you'll still find Rebels. South, you lost. Get over it. You still have NASCAR. And the Allman Brothers. Come into the 21st century, people. A lot of Hornets and Yellowjackets in this region. Every 5th or so school on the Max Prep's database list was a Hornet or a Yellowjacket. What I thought there would be more of? Gators. Fisher, Delphi, St. Amant, and Captain Shreve high schools in Louisiana. Leake Central, Northside, and Vicksburg high schools in Mississippi. Glenwood and Satsuma high schools in Alabama. A lot in Florida. Pinecrest Prep goes counterintuitive with the name Crocs. In this area and around the rest of the country, schools try to differentiate themselves by putting an adjective in front of their mascot, like a color. We've seen a few green devils, like in Dayton, Kentucky, or maroon tide in Picayune, Mississippi. A lot of fighting in the South. In Tennessee, there's the Elizabethton Fighting Cyclones. In Warren County, Georgia, their high school mascot is the Screaming Devils. Hey, Washington Marion High School in Louisiana. It's the 21st century. How about dropping the Charging Indians mascot? So let's start in Kentucky, the Bluegrass State, home of the Kentucky Derby. That's why we find the Thoroughbreds at Harrison County High School and at Newport Central Catholic. There are a couple of combinations we've seen before with the Glasgow Scotties and the Campbell County Camels. How about something new on the mascot scene? How about the Estill County Engineers or the Bethlehem Banshees? Honorable mention? How about the Lloyd Memorial Juggernauts, the immovable object? Best high school mascot in Kentucky, though? My vote? I'm going with the Somerset High School Briar Jumpers. Jump down to Tennessee, the Volunteer State. I want to thank the Pig Bear for suggesting the Gatlinburg-Pittman Highlanders. I gotta tell you, Pig Bear, Highlanders is pretty common. A lot of schools with any Scottish-sounding name rolls out Highlanders, like McLean High School Highlanders in Fresno. Scott High School in Tennessee is the Scott High School Highlanders. My wife went to Highland High School, one of the many around the country, and many of them are the Scots. Less usual? More unusual? How about the Memphis Southside Scrappers? The Ravenwood High School Raptors. The birds, not the dinosaurs. Oh, do I have to? Okay. The Cocke County Fighting Cocks. Best high school mascot in Tennessee, though. In Indiana, I went with the Perry Central Commodores. Commodore Perry winning the Battle of Lake Erie against the British in the War of 1812. This time, we go with the Farragut High School Admirals. David Farragut, Union Navy Admiral during the Civil War. Damn the torpedoes, men. Full speed ahead. Hey, back across the Mississippi River to Arkansas. Sweet pig. How about the Danville Little Johns? That one's new. The Hermitage Hermits. The Bauxite Miners. How about the Osceola Seminoles? Prescott High School isn't just the Wolves. Prescott High School is the Curly Wolves. Honorable mention? How about a new dog to the list? How about the Alma Airedales? That dog looks BA. Best mascot in Arkansas, though. Since I can't go with the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff Boll Weevils, how about the Dardanelle High School Sand Lizards? Louisiana? I need to look up what a tarpon is. Both South Cameron and South LaFord High School go by that mascot. It's a fish? Oh, how disappointing. How about the Peabody War Horses? Down on the coast, you've got the Maudeville Skippers. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Sulphur High School goes by the Golden Tours. Gotta look that one up too. It's just short for tornado. Back and forth here. I guess for honorable mention, I had to go with the Lawless Pythians. Keeping it short and sweet. But the best mascot in Louisiana, simple, alliteration, regional, the Port Allen High School Pelicans. Over to Mississippi. A lot of those common mascots in Mississippi, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. There are a few that challenged for best in the state, though. The Ole Miss Rebels? How about in Vicksburg? The Sharkey Issaquah Academy Confederates. Yeah, that may have been cool 150 years ago. The Taylorsville Tartars. I wonder how Colonel Confederate feels about the Asian guy hanging out in his state. The Taylorsville Tartars, already said that one. More dogs? How about the Kosciuszko Whippets? Fast. And of course, a little sea life in here with the East Union Sea Urchins. That is their logo, and it's not a sea urchin. Best mascot in Mississippi. A good old southern version of what we out west call goatheads. The St. Stanislaus Rockachaws. Alabama? Are you kidding me? The state that gave us the Crimson Tide? One of the most recognizable names in all of college football, and the best you can do is a bunch of Tigers and Eagles? This may be the state that most honors its Confederate past with more rebels and generals and colonels. Oh my. But for something creative? The Lanier High School Poets? Hey, just like Whittier College. That'll make Omaha happy. The Holt High School Iron Men? But my favorite, the Spanish Fort High School Toros. Spanish, Espanol. Georgia, oh Georgia, the whole night through. How about the Screven City Gamecocks? The Brantley County High School Herons. The Clarkston Angoras. Yes, the goat. The Valwood High School Valiants. How about the Harrison High School Hoyas? Still haven't figured out what a Hoya is. Honorable mention? Well, we saw the paper makers and the cheese makers. Now, how about the Cairo High School syrup makers? Best mascot in Georgia, though? Let's go to Savannah and see the Sol C. Johnson High School Atom Smashers. Let's go. Let's go to the bottom right of the United States, Florida. Best high school football team in the country is in Bradenton, the IMG Academy Ascenders. Mascot's okay, I guess. Squirrel's out there bugging my dog. Two different gladiators in Florida. One at Gibbs High School and the other one at Hialeah Gardens. The Vanilla Vipers, the Apopka Blue Darters, and how about the Auburndale Bloodhounds? Best high school mascot in Florida? Well, let's go to Margaritaville and Jimmy Buffett. Key West, keeping it weird. Even the high school there, the Key West High School, Conchas. Hey, thanks for coming by. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed another look at great high school mascots across the country. Leave a comment, give the channel some love. If you just saw it up, go back and check out other great high school mascots. Thanks for coming by. Hope you had fun. I sure did, even with the Rona running through my body. And next time you're in a high school football stadium, watching a game between Conchas and Crocs, remember me. I'm Mark Haggard. I'm a history teacher, and I've gone rogue.